people that are here. You and I have had a little discussion on this, and I'll help you if you need it. I think to meet the numbers that are set out, you're going to need to start branching out.
Yes,
Once you get a firm base under you.
I agree.
Good stuff.
Okay, next on the agenda is our treasurer's report.
This is terrible. We got to do better than this. Yeah, and Sue mentioned the March shortfall. We've had multiple discussions on March shortfall. And I'll talk about it again. As soon as my computer wakes up. At our last meeting, at our last board meeting, we did a treasurer's highlight, which is highly condensed version of the monthly statements. We published the whole deal on Front Steps, and I put it out with my little treasurer's newsletter, Your Money Matters, too. That seemed to work okay, so I'm going to take that as permission to do it again. What we'll do is we'll talk through, I've got one right here.
They're saying they can't hear you well.
Sorry about that. Like I said, that seemed to work okay, so we're going to do it again. And we'll put out the full detail on the reports on Front Steps and through Your Money Matters. And if you want the detail on the detail for something like Harbor Club, every line item, just email me. I'll send you the whole shooting match and you can spend the next week pawing through it. Not something most of our folks care to do, but if you want to see it, I don't mind sending it to you. Just don't call me and ask me to explain something to you. All right, highlights for March. And by the way, Sue mentioned this already. I'm going to talk about shortfall at the golf and at the restaurant, and it's at the revenue level. But starting where you should be starting with your balance sheet. For those of you that don't do accounting stuff, your balance sheet is what you own and what you owe. It's that easy. What you own is your assets, and what you owe is your liabilities. What a concept. On your balance sheet, your total cash at the close of March, we were just starting into collecting our dues. Close of March was $2.5 million. Your burn rate on cash is between $300,000 and $400,000 a month. You do the mental math, that's only 6 or 8 months worth of operations. Do not panic, because you still got a lot of collecting yet to do. I think we're going to be okay on cash this year. Total assets, everything you own is $14,937,654. That includes the building you're sitting in right now. Your long-term debt, $6,074,816. That includes what we owe on the building you're sitting in right now. Your total liabilities, everything you owe, including unpaid bills, the whole shooting match is $10,916,000. Your members' equity is $4,020,000. If you're looking at how healthy are we, I would really like long-term debt to be something like 40% of your total liabilities, and your total liabilities not go up to accommodate that. That's what I'd like to see. But we're okay. We're not headed for Chapter 11 or anything silly like that. Your consolidated income and expenses. This is the whole community, all dollars, all pennies, everything. And again, this is going to be in detail in front steps. For the month, or year to date, and it's in the first month, it's actually for the month and year to date. Your revenues was 362,885. Your budgeted 359. Don't get excited there because there's an accrual that can throw a curve into your understanding here. We're all right. Golf revenues, big shortfall. 36,507. Budgeted 50,800. The lady that stood up in budget presentation and said, "This is pretty optimistic, don't you think?" was right in terms of March. Merchandise was 3,275 versus 10,3 budgeted. Food and beverage revenue was 38,122 versus 46,000 budgeted. It's a pretty big shortfall across the board. We called Troon and we said, "Get in here and let's talk about corrective action." They came in, we had a chat. We've started to put some things in place that are pretty basic marketing improvements at this point, but we hope they'll start to pay off. Hope is not a strategy, I get that. But we'll be working together with Troon to try to build that up. And Sue showed you what she's started to do since she got here. And I think that's good. Total revenues, 538,949 versus 501,008 budgeted. We're cruising along just a little better than budget when you take it all into account. Your net operating income. I'm reporting operating income because I don't want to get into depreciation and amortization and all of that garbage. You'll see it on the, I'm sorry, not fair. All of that stuff. You'll see it on the report, but your operating income tells you how you're operating. That's why they call it that. Okay? Here are the big pieces again for golf, merchandise, food and beverage. 36,000 actual versus 50,000 budget. $3,000 on merchandise. 38,000. That should be 46,305. There's a printographical error in there. The total revenues was 96,000 versus 129. That's a pretty big shortfall. Net operating income, not quite as bad. There were some staffing cuts, and if your business is down, you don't sell as much food, so your cost of sales goes down a little bit. It's not a redeeming virtue. You got to have the business. You got to have the revenues. Cash flow, 2,516,000 total cash on hand. Increase was 1,200,000 in cash on hand. I'm forecasting another $1 million will show up in the April report. Now this is the March report. I'm not going to do the April report today. I got the April report on the 21st of last month, and it was too late for me to put together something for you folks for the April board meeting. And I got into it and I had some serious issues. So I rejected it back to Troon Accounting and I said, "Please fix this." I received what I expect to be revised properly. It came in my morning email. Again, I haven't had a chance to show it to you yet. In fairness here, the problems stem from a couple of things. One is the sweep account that I've talked about at other meetings where Wells Fargo gathers up all the money we have deposited with them in all accounts and pays us an interest on it every month. April is the first month that's hit. And both of the issues I had trouble with related to reporting on that. So we need to work on how we're going to present that. It's not a bad program. It looks like we had about 1 week of actual conversion. And in 1 week, we earned $1,600 in interest. It's interest we never had before. So we're going the right direction there. We've had a couple other little back and forths, and I've told the folks at Troon that I'm out of patience. We got to start getting this right, and hopefully we will. We'll see what we've got in April. There'll be another adjustment, I know, in May, and we'll move ahead from there. I request approval by the board.
What's your motion?
Request a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report. Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion passes. All right. Move on to the manager's report. Jennifer?
So, glasses on here. Hold on. Oh, thank you. For dues collected so far this year through yesterday, from March 1st through yesterday, is $3,455,230.62. Non-dues income that is collected that does not include Marina's revenue is $110,599.72. This time I was going to get you guys the security vehicle information. We were going to get lease information from several locations, and I don't have that yet for you. I have a little bit of information, but I'm going to wait for more until it's presented to you. We are still having a lot of issues with the thermostats in this building. Heating and cooling issues. One of the thermostats isn't connected to electricity anymore. So the company is coming out tomorrow morning. They were going to come out today. They had a death in the family. They're coming out tomorrow. So Will and I, whichever of us are available, will go through the building with all of the issues that we're having in each of the rooms, different issues in each room. We are adding fish tomorrow, tilapia, into Albatross Lake, and that will help to fight the algae. Hold on, I'm going to have to let Neil into this meeting. Hold on.
It's good. I like tilapia.
I don't suggest that you eat this. Hi, Neil. Can you hear me? Neil?
Yes, I can.
Okay, welcome to the meeting. Awesome. And Don, I have in my report the Brian Mayer concert, but I think I saw that in new business. Do you want to handle it back then, or do you want to handle it now?
The Brian Mayer concert.
Yep, Don.
I prefer not to handle the Brian Mayer concert.
No, not you.
We'll handle that a little bit.
Okay, I'm giving my report, Neil. You hush. And then talk if you need to. Chris Kent, the biologist for wildlife, came to present his occasional presentation. He did that on May 7th, and it was not as well attended as it usually is, but it was awesome. He had slides, and he talked a great deal about alligators. He took time to mention to everyone to stop feeding wildlife, even birds, even bird lovers. We have to think about how we're doing what we think is a good turn, or we selfishly want to look at birds, but it has troublesome side effects like bears attacking your bird feeders at night and bringing them down, things like that. Bringing bears into your backyard really essentially is more of a thing.
Bears have to eat too.
I'm sorry?
Bears have to eat too.
Bears have to eat too, and they are omnivores. One of the things that he taught us, which I didn't know, and I'm going to tell you all, is that we all know that bears are attracted to honey and honeycombs and, where bees live. And I found out that it's not because of the honey. It's because of the eggs, the baby bees that are being cared for by all the worker bees, the nymphs, or I'm not sure what the correct word is, but there's 30,000 calories if they can take down a beekeeper's area where all of those are I don't know what the word is, incubating. They're about to become bees. So, and the honey is just an extra. So 30,000 calories if you don't want the honey. That's what they do. We had,
So if we have neighbors that we don't like, we buy some baby bees and put it in their yard.
if there are beekeepers, they have to have these special, actual electrifying, like a box that electrifies the bear, and it has to be a certain, I mean, it can't just be just a run of the mill. There are all these special specifications for beekeepers, and they know about them. But you can't keep a bear out. They're going to get him, is what he said. So anyway, I encourage you all to come next time. He's full of lots of great facts, and he knows our area very well. He knows our alligators very well. He knows that the one that he had a photo of is about 40 years old. What I didn't know also is that they change their water source all the time. They go from pond to pond or lake to lake, and they move a lot. And I kind of just thought that they were always going to be happy where they are, and they, had a place, but that's incorrect also. They like to have a different environment when they move.
Did they figure out whether it's Charlie or Charlene?
He called him Charlie. He said that we are one of like 15 locations that has a Charlie. They all call Charlie, their alligators Charlie.
The
But-
last one's never been heard from.
He does a lot for our area, and he has a very large region. We had candidates night on May 13th. Regarding the election, the ballots will go out on Monday, and that is June 1st. The ballots, again, are going out to people that are in good, or owners that are in good standing, and they'll get a link in their email to go ahead and do their voting online. And then Rhonda will be sending out the paper ballots also on Monday for people that we don't have an email address for. Let's see. The annual meeting is on June 24th at 7 p.m. It's going to be in the Hatteras room. We have a resident that recently asked me how much we've taken in due to our partnership with Host in America. And in 11 months, it is right around $30,000. Don, are you talking about Tom Moich, also the monitors?
No.
Okay.
Right.
Everybody probably knows Tom Moich. He's an expert in sound, and met with Don after he had spoken to the sound expert that designed the sound system in the Cape Hatteras room. And he is reworking some information that he'd like the board to consider. Is that correct?
There's, he wants to put a couple monitors in there for feedback who's performing. And we need to rewire some of the cabling in there. And Tom and I sat down, and talked about how to go about it. The original proposal was just using some adapters and things like that, which would possibly lead in the future to other problems. So what we did is went through and removed all the wall plates, saw what was there, pull new wire through, and he's getting a new proposal out for Jennifer to pass on to the board.
Okay. Just as an aside, late fees start on June 1st for anybody that has not yet paid their dues. Try to get their dues in before June 1st. And the fence on Marina Drive has gotten a lot of attention. After a 30-day notice to Trade Winds 1 from the board, maintenance will be removing the posts and any remaining fencing from the split rail fence this week. That's happening. And any reusable material will be salvaged and given to Trade Winds 1 Association should they decide to erect a fence on their own property. We think we had a lightning strike at Red Sail Park, and an outlet had become burnt, and an electrician has changed all of the receptacles, made some GFCI receptacles, and put weather-resistant devices there. We placed all the unused covers and installed covers that were missing. I think Sue already talked about the golf pro. We've got another interview. The one that we had talked about last month did not take the job. He was offered the job, and his wife did not want to move from Fayetteville, even though he thought she did. She did not. So they did not take the job. The notice for the Tri-Community Fire Department that serves our area as well as others, they are responsible. They're the reason that you have a home insurance discount, and it somewhat insulates your home insurance rates. Can save somewhere between $300 probably to $500 a year. Please consider volunteering for the local fire department. You don't necessarily have to fight a fire. All volunteers are trained. They operate within the department. There are all sorts of different things that people can do. It could be that you're just good with numbers. It could be you're good with the computer. It could be that you drive the truck. It could be that you handle all sorts of different aspects of the volunteer fire department, but they need help. We mentioned already the events at the Point. There's a very good growth that we're seeing at the Point, which I'm very pleased. We have a CWS town hall, which is next week. I don't know if Lee mentioned that in his CWS presentation, but that's on June 4th, and it is at 4 o'clock. And we do expect the top leadership from CWS as well as customer service there. They're going to be in the Cape Hatteras room. We're going to have tables that are surrounding the audience so that if you need help with customer service, if you need help with anything, that they're going to have different tables to help you. We have a Tideland town hall on May 28th, which is tomorrow, actually. It's from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And if you have anything relating to Tideland that you needed to have explained to you, or if you have questions about your electric, they're also going to have help there as well. Fountains, topic of conversation, fountains. Both fountains are working today. Maintenance is keeping an eye on things, and the entrance side fountain has been dropping water faster than expected. You guys know in this heat that it evaporates. So the beacon, really good news about the beacon. The last beacon was free. The ads that were placed in the beacon paid for its publication. And also we printed a smaller amount of copies the second time around, realizing how many brown boxes were there or people that didn't want the beacon, coming to their mailbox. So we reduced that amount and it ended up being free. I hope everybody's enjoying the beacon. Yes. I mean,
Yes.
It's pretty great. I mean, the first one was great. The second one even better. And now that people know it's there, they're sending in more articles, more pictures, more fun, more things about the harbor.
It has the calendar in there too. That
Has the calendar in there. Yeah.
helps everybody. If you're looking for something to do, check out that calendar of events.
Tennis quotes. We have had 2 quotes. There's one more quote that I'm waiting on from North State Resurfacing, and I do hope to have that within the next week. And that's about it. Everything else I've got that's it. That's all I've got. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, can you send out on a blast or something that, who do they contact for the fire training?
Well, it's on the sign when you're leaving the community by the community center. There's an email, and we put it into the update. It's an email, not a phone number.
Oh, it's in the,
Yep. So if you would email that, they'll know what to do with you at that point.
Cool.
Yeah. That is it.
Let's go ahead and thank you, Jennifer.
Welcome.
Let's move on to committee reports. Start with the board advisory panel and Nate. Jennifer, could you hand Nate the microphone?
You can just stand at the podium.
Just put this near you. This is the live stream mic.
It's near me. A lot of this has already been covered, believe it or not. The first one, well, let's go back. A lot of individuals come to us with issues in our bi-monthly meetings. And a lot of times we just don't know what's going on. in the community. For example, the sinkhole on Cardinal, I didn't even know that that existed because I don't go to Cardinal very often, but it's been there for a very long time. And one of the things that we did was Ramona talked to Walt, and the upshot of it was to get neighbors together and call CWS. And the response for this boy doesn't float very well because we don't really have a contact at CWS to go after. And the response was, Google it. Well, I don't think that really works. Lee, that one slide that you had up about CWS with phone numbers and everything, I think that should be published in the weekly update.
No problem.
I'm happy to
Excellent.
place some phone calls. I just heard all of the things that you're talking about. That should all be in the weekly update. And I know a lot of it is, but we don't know what's going on. We don't know what the board's working on very often. So an individual comes to us with something, we don't know what's going on. There needs to be better communication. Don, we've talked about this, about a board member putting in an essay every week into the weekly update. I think people probably read that more than all the other stuff combined. Lee and Neil and I had a conversation at the end of our meeting on Tuesday. I mean, we've got the Beacon, which is great, but it's more of a community letter, so to speak. The Friday update's really good. Lee's Money Matters, people read it, and Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook because everyone's sniping at everybody, and there's like 12 pages out there now. Now we've got one for the point. I think that there has to be some kind of streamlined way to every week get things out to the community. So that was the sinkhole. I think that this CWS thing that you just spoke about would be a wonderful thing if everybody knew about it. I didn't know about it for June 4th. So people have to set this time aside to come here.
Put it out about 3 weeks ago in a bulletin to save the date.
Okay. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. And I try to read everything. So, what meeting? Okay. I probably missed that meeting. I'm not here all the time. The flagpole issue at the new community center, I didn't even know about it, that we were going to get a flagpole. I think it's a wonderful thing, but maybe something, a blast to go out to maybe get some donations.
I put it out in the update last week.
I saw it last week, but that was the first I had seen of it. And actually, the second time I had seen it was that. The first time was people sniping on Facebook, which is kind of sad, I think. The debris dump in the open space. What is the story behind that?
Well, you have Will that's here, but the story is that to remove it would cost somewhere near $10,000. When we have, it should give you an idea of what the spring cleanup costs. When we do a cleanup, it
Yep.
takes all of the staff
Is
out
that where it all
for
went?
5 weeks. A lot of it goes there.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a better place to possibly put it that's not so unsightly?
Not a better place that we have come up with. Will has gotten a quote from a company that is willing to take it away. We had agreed that within his budget this year, he could take away half of it and reduce the pile, reduce the unsightliness.
Would the county take it?
I have a question.
Yeah.
For someone who hasn't seen the pile, doesn't know where the pile is it bigger or smaller than the Hosted America parking area?
Will, do you think it's about the same size?
It's pretty big. You could pick it up and move it and put it in there, I suppose, but it would take up a good portion of that.
I mean, it's huge.
I don't know why, I don't know you want it over there. That'd be pick it up, and have it, they can have them all the way.
I just don't think putting it in the open space was,
I don't have any other option. For our dump truck, our small dump truck to
Yep.
make a trip to the dump, it's an hour round trip for the guy to make it all the way down there dump, sit in line behind other folks trying to dump,
Yep.
and then turn around and come back. It's an hour round trip, so it's a really long process to do that when we're trying to get through spring cleanup. So when we would go through that, and we would have days where we would take, things to the dump and try to reduce the pile. But currently, it's just so large now at this point that it'd be better to hire somebody to come in with a large truck, pick it up, the excavator, and then haul it off. They can get rid of it in about a day or two.
And what's the cost of doing that?
About $8,000.
$8,000? I mean, I don't know.
So if we were to put a structure over that post-America parking lot and move their maintenance building or maintenance facilities out of the flood zone over there, we can use that flood zone facility to hide our waste.
You could. There'd still be a building there. We still have storage around there. So residents we have a boat, RV, and trailer storage around Will's building over at 210 Rock Creek Road. So I guess we could take down that building, or we could when his machinery is gone, it would free up some space, not that big.
Do you really want a landfill here?
No.
Because that's what
No.
you're creating.
That's the point.
I cannot understand
And
the
it's gonna get-
conversation. If somebody put a pile of this stuff in front of their house, your committee would come immediately and tell them to get rid of it.
Yes.
So if you can't act like you want us to act, I don't understand. Write a check. There seems to be a problem. We write checks for things that people have no desire for. But we are gonna put a landfill on Broad Creek. That's crazy. I'm sorry, just crazy. Just pay the $8,000 and get it removed and keep.
No, actually, I was talking about putting the landfill farther down the end of it. Anyway, but yeah, I know what you mean, exactly.
Nate, has the county been contacted? Did you say that?
I have no idea.
Has the county been contacted? They could assist.
I don't know. Will?
Everyone who has a pickup truck comes over, throws a few bales in the back of their truck and drives it over to the transfer
It
station.
yes, we just had spring cleanup, but how much of the mulch are you going to use? And then next year, what's going to happen? It's just going to get bigger and bigger and more unsightly for everybody that lives and sees that. Well,
I agree with that gentleman there. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. And we need to, in conjunction with cleanup, Will, is get a company that comes in and as they are picking up the stuff, they're hauling it to the dump for us.
makes total
I mean,
sense.
it's a cost, but
Yeah.
it solves our problem.
Okay.
Dumpsters.
Move on.
Okay, I will move on. The lighting for the community center parking lot here. We've gotten a lot of questions about it. When's it going to happen? It's a safety thing. I don't think it's exactly been conveyed very well to the community as to what the timelines are and what it's going to be. I think it'd be a pretty good idea that once the quote comes in and the design is in, to state this is the time frame and this is the design. I think it'd be a good thing to publish it. Crosswalks on Pelican for yielding to pedestrians. Dawn's been working on that. Apparently it's on the docket for approval today.
I think it's already being done within our budget.
Okay, that's a good thing. Possible more speed limit signs for the neighborhood. People are bitching and moaning about speeding, but can't have cops in here. So slow down. I don't know the answers to it. Speed bumps, yeah. That's not going to work. Did that. Golf memberships. We've had some part-time residents ask about doing a 6-month golf membership. Lee's response to that so far was that things are set in stone by Troon. We have a couple BAT members that are golf members that are going to look into it. And that's about it. Any questions for us?
I'd like to offer a small correction to what I said. What I said was they didn't budget for part-time.
Yes.
If they wish to budget for part-time or implement part-time or implement short-term, I've got no problem with it. It just wasn't in the budget they came to.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh, one other thing. be really nice. I mean, we've got a community of 2,800 people here. Not that many people in this room today. It'd be really nice to move this to an evening so people can show up.
Or a weekend.
Sometime
Every other month.
would work.
Every other month or
Every other month.
something.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, let's move on to Parks and Recreation Charter. Charlie, do you want to say anything about, we put together this charter and
Yeah, I formulated a little, something while I was taking a shower this morning. The proposed charter that is before you today for board consideration grew from an idea of none other than Walt Littleton, who's here with us today, still surviving, Phil Yandel of the then BAP fame. They got tired of hearing from residents that were concerned with preserving their open spaces, AKA green spaces, and the recreational amenities. And so the two of them suggest that we create two groups, calling one the Rec Committee and the other one the Green Space Committee. We found enough willing individuals to sacrifice their time and energy for one committee. So we combined the two. A year and many revisions later, we've now proposed Parks and Recreation Committee. The committee would serve the board and the FHPOA and all the residents by focusing its time and energy on the locations mentioned in Appendix A and similar, being another many pairs of eyes and many more mouths that would monitor and report on the condition of our green spaces, our open spaces, our recreational facilities, and also being the ears and mouths for those in our community that use the recreational facilities, and also those who have ideas for the future. So in closing, the Parks and Rec Committee will work on behalf of the Board of Directors, the FHPOA, its members, and our residents to preserve the value of our homes and our financial investment, and to preserve the big reason, or I like to think the big reason, why so many of us want to live our lives here in Fairfield Harbor. So, thank you.
You're all done.
Yeah.
Other board members that are liaisons, do you have any other committee reports to submit?
Leave it allowed.
Yeah, I'll let you keep mine.
You're up. We're down to new business.
okay, before we do that, well, did you have anything you want to say about roads and streets?
Crosswalk is, like we talked about,
Yeah.
that would be part of the upgrading of the parking lot. But if we're not gonna do that this year, we can always put in a crosswalk, but I'd like it to be done professionally instead of us just painting lines on the road, if we can do that. Well, about the only thing I have to say is, I guess I'll take the soapbox. I get a little tired of Facebook. I love Facebook. I meet so many people on Facebook. I know most of you in here through Facebook. Now that I see you, I don't know who you are, but I know you're on Facebook. But the negativity's gotta stop, folks. Come on. I work every day. I came out of retirement to do this job because I enjoy working. I work every day on roads and streets. I helped get this Parks and Recreation. Thank you so much for taking the bull by the horns. I had enough to do, okay? But you guys have done a phenomenal job with that. It's a way to communicate. when you go on Facebook and you talk negatively about the county, our community, you're talking about all of us. You know, we volunteer to do this, okay? We don't get paid. We get nothing out of it. I don't care. I live here. I got time on my hands. Why not do something productive? We have all these committees. They all need people. If you look at the election this year, we got, what, 4 candidates out of 2,800 people running for election? I mean, but still, we got 2,800 people here.
No, we got
We
6,000.
should have at least 20 people running for the board. But we don't, because nobody wants to get involved. But you'll sure get on Facebook and raise holy hell when you're pissed. And it ain't right. Go to the source, get the information. She is a world of information. She knows it all. If she doesn't know it, she will give you the answer. Don't go on Facebook and badmouth my community. I live here, you live here, you're talking about you. Because we run the community, volunteers, roads and streets, everything people bitch about it every day on Facebook. We've already got a handle. I'm sorry you don't know that, but there's too much stuff to put out every day on what's going on behind the scenes. Ask the question. I handle roads and streets, I help Ray with stormwater. You got a question? Don't bitch about it on Facebook, go to the source. I'm available, you can find me anywhere. Ask the questions. If you don't like what you hear, I don't care if you go on Facebook. But I'll give you the truth. Everything that people have wanted and asked for and talked about, I take it seriously. Okay? I've already planned it. We bitched about the boat ramp parking. We knew about that when they built this building. It was already being worked on, but I got slammed and banged and beat up about why it wasn't put in. Well, it was already planned and organized, but it takes money to do it. We have to wait till we get the money. Now it's going in. Before you bitch on Facebook, ask the question. Ask the people that know. They cannot put out everything that goes on behind the scenes of this community. It would be that thick. It goes on every day. So please, shut up on Facebook. This is our home. I get tired of people beating my home up every single day. You see me on there, I fight every single day with all of them. And bitch on Facebook. Be part of the solution or shut up, okay? On roads and streets, if you want to join my committee, come on, we'll take you. I'll take anybody. I don't care. You don't need to know anything. I'm an electronics technician and I'm fixing roads. It's not rocket science, right? So please, people, just calm down and ask the people that know. We have all these committees out there. We go to the meetings. You're invited to my meetings. Come on. I'll take anybody. I don't care.
Thank you all.
So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox.
Thanks.
Quit talking shit about my home.
I'd like to
Our home.
talk about the park and recreation.
Take his home's name out of your mouth.
That's
right.
Park and recreation charter. Don Butterworth has asked that we postpone this, a vote on this until he can be back and go through this a little bit more.
So let's do that and move on.
Okay, so we're gonna, like to defer voting on the agenda until we can have more of a discussion on it. Okay, moving on. New business. I have an application for the Stormwater Committee, Don Johnson. He has a lot of experience, looks like, in stormwater. I'd like to make a motion to approve his application for stormwater committee.
Second, and call the question.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Don Johnson is on the stormwater committee. All right, moving on to re-amortization of the Harbor Club loan.
Everybody that can say amortization, raise your hand.
Amortization.
Bull.
Don't ask us to spell it.
Re-amortization.
All right. Here's where we are. I'm going to give you a little sketch on where we are on the Harbor Club financing and what I'm going to recommend we're going to do. And when we do that, I'm going to recommend we save some money doing it. So I'll lay it out for you. We're at the point where we've made all the draws against the construction of this building that we're going to make for this building. I'll leave out the lights, leave out the boat parking. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Okay? But for this building, we're done making draws. Doesn't mean we're going to stop working on this building. It just means that we're done making draws that we're going to pay interest on. When we did the budget, we budgeted $160,000 this year in the capital budget for, I call it things we forgot. It's not really things we forgot. It's things that weren't included in the original package. Happens to be the hot buttons are boat trailer parking and lights. Both are important. We've got 160 grand in the budget this year to do stuff like that. Those two things are going to chew it all up and maybe a little more than that. I think we can cover that no problem out of dollars in the budget that come from dues that we don't have to pay interest on. And if we can't cover it from slack in the dues somewhere, we didn't budget any interest income at all. I never budget interest income. We didn't budget any. We're going to have about $50,000 there on this new sweep account. So our current balance, we borrowed a little over 6 million. We've paid some of it down. Our current balance is $6,096,537 and I think 22 cents, but who's counting? Your current payment is $59,719 every month. Think about that. That's $2,000 a day on this building. Your new payment, if we re-amortize, and what does re-amortize mean? It means the bank goes off and refigures the loan based on what you've actually borrowed instead of what they approved for you to borrow. Okay? So now we're going to be making payments on the schedule that includes $6,096,537 instead of $6.5 million. And the new payment is going to be $57,945.56. The monthly savings is going to be $1,773.58. And if you take it out over the 170 months remaining on the mortgage, that's $301,508.60. I'd like a motion, please, to save $301,000, $508.60.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Neil says yes
Could I
too.
have a question? If you continue to make that payment, then the extra money will go to principal reduction, correct?
Yes. Part of it can.
Calculate how much that would save, because you pay off the loan earlier.
You know, I can play with that forever. You know, I'm not arguing with you, yes. that's a possibility. I'd like to just get this thing behind us and get on with it. That would be my preference. I don't think you're going to save much money by continuing to make that payment and reducing principal faster. You might.
Be nice to know.
I'm inflicted with what they call 80-year-old syndrome. I'm not going to be around for the end of that.
All right.
I'm done.
Lee,
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
Saving in 170 months, so that was 300,000 in that entire 170 months.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and it's 170 months because we've made a few payments on the original 15-year schedule.
Yes. Thank you.
Jennifer, is Neil on?
He is.
Neil, do you want to talk about the Safety and Security Committee or?
Yes, please. Okay, can you continue? Okay, so we had a meeting on the 14th of May and a number of items were raised. Some that require board of directors' attention and some that require some money. Some of the things that require action is the requirement to replace the security patrol vehicle, which is beyond its serviceable life. So we are looking at leasing a replacement and are currently reviewing the options. I know there are concerns in the community that there are no patrols, but in fact they are taking place, but with the maintenance vehicle in the meantime until we acquire a new patrol vehicle. Second point, due to vandalism at Red Sail Park, we are currently looking at the viability of adding an extra camera to improve monitoring of the area. There is one camera there, but it is not sufficient to cover the whole area and to identify people that are engaged in vandalism. Then, as mentioned earlier, there is a safety risk concerning road crossings, particularly along Pelican. So we are tackling two of the current crosswalks with improving the painting on the road according to North Carolina code, and then adding another one for the people that come across the parking lot to the cart barn when they park their boats. Now, I know that Roads and Safety have been looking at including the extra one and doing the other one as a project, but I think as part of the upgrade to the cart barn parking, but I think a cheaper option and a quicker option is for Will to do it. He's very capable. The only problem with the new crossing to the cart barn will be a little bit of landfill will be required to make the pathway smooth between the Harbour Club parking lot and the road. And I also welcome the additional signs that Walt and Don have proposed, which are yield signs controlled by a button push. But in the meantime, we will add warning signs to make sure that the vehicles slow down.
Okay. And
So if these remedial measures prove successful, we will tackle the other crosswalks in the harbour. Then my next point is about access control. The Royal Pines Gate opposite the main gate has a space next to it. They can't extend the boom any further to only allow golf carts. We have a problem in that people with small cars are passing through that gap. So as a mediation, we're looking to put some demarcation posts, much like we have at the main gate, to reduce the opportunity for small vehicles to cross through that gap. And Don, those are all of my points.
Can I update everybody on what he's talking about?
sure.
For those of you that don't know, there's a lot of things that are going on with behind the scenes, of course, because there's too much to talk about, but just what he was talking about here, and the complaints, yeah, I got it right here. And the complaints about the parking lot over here. We don't know in the future what we're gonna do with the car barn. That's about a non-issue at this point. But all the complaints we're getting from the boat owners that have to park over there is, it's just designed poorly. So we're redesigning the parking lot. If you want to see this, I'll be happy to hand you a copy of it. You can pass it around. Anybody that wants to look at it. Part of the crosswalk is putting a lighted crosswalk. You've seen them in Beaufort and Emerald Isle where you push the button and the lights start flashing, the yield sign. That's going to be out here. We're going to update this parking lot because when we have a function over here at the amphitheater, people are not going to park all the way over there and walk all the way over here. So we're going to extend the parking lot over here. When's it going to happen? Late. When we get the money. It may not be this year, it may not be next year, it may be the following. Who knows? That's Lee's problem to figure out. Okay, but it is on the books, so don't complain about the parking lot because it's done, okay? We are working on it. We're working on paving the 9 holes of the old green space. It's in the works. So before you complain about things on Facebook, ask the people that are doing the work, please.
I'm gonna ask the people who are
Yes.
doing the work. How long has this boat parking lot been a problem?
Over here?
Yes.
Oh, since everybody started parking over there, it's on Facebook every day.
No, I mean to park a boat. How long has it been a problem? It's a boat and a trailer. Since this building, right?
Well, we
People
had
were
the
able-
old parking lot, which they used then, but when that went away, they started complaining because we were being
Well,
parked
when
over
was that?
back before this building was built.
Okay, my question is, what is the timeline now? Before?
Quote is going out, that's all I can tell you. Quote goes out, we know it's gonna cost us. There's probably 25 quotes that went out 2 weeks ago, and we're getting the numbers together. So it's being worked on. If we had the money, the board decides where it goes. So we have to have a cost before we
I guess
do
my
anything.
point is, it seems to be quite some time.
There's always gonna be time when it comes to time and money. So, I mean, we do the homework,
I'm not
the
saying.
purse
it's
strings
wrong.
decide
Don't
what
get
we
me
get
wrong,
done.
I-
Just like this building, how long did it take
I'm
us
not
to
saying
do
it's
this?
your fault.
Oh, I'm not saying it's my fault at all. I'm not blaming you for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
Okay.
Can I just ask him a question?
No.
Quickly?
Now, let's
Or
move on.
just a suggestion? Well, can you remove your typo spots or at least tell everybody it's typo?
What?
Those 4 little spots on the
All right, so Neil, did you want to make a motion on anything?
Uh-oh, you're on, you muted yourself. You're muted.
Is he still on?
Hold on. There you go.
Okay. So I just want approval for the repainting of the crosswalks, number 1. Number 2, the amount of paint required is in the vicinity of about $90. And then the high visibility warning signs, they're $21 each, that's $85, so I'd like approval on that.
We don't need approval.
So you don't need a board decision on spending money on the signs and the painting of the crosswalks?
No. We got that.
Roll it all up. How much is it in total, Neil?
It's negligible.
It's about $300
Okay,
approximately, 300 to 350.
all right. With respect, Neil, hush up a minute. Let me take care of this for you, okay? I'd like to move that the board approve expending not to exceed $500 unbudgeted funds on installation, creation, and signage of the crosswalk Neil has proposed.
Second. Well, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. How about the,
Thank you, Lee.
Neil voted yes.
fees here?
How much is it?
Instead of 8,
survey.
$92.
Make it not to exceed.
Not 250.
I'd like to amend my previous motion. Make the not to exceed $600 and include the gate modification. I need a second to the amendment.
Discussion? All in favor? All right, motion passed.
That- I hate to be the bad guy here, but Larry and I last year were talking about expanding that gate and adding a new arm. And that's in my project list.
This is a short fix, we'll take that problem.
This is just putting some little flexible posts like that main gate, cost less than $100. I mean,
Because that's still on my
It's
books
not gonna
too.
be, it's not gonna impair being able to expand it.
Yeah, that's-
Will
That's
already
still
has
in
them.
my
The
project
short
list.
answer is the boom has already been extended and it can't be extended anymore. It's too much weight.
And move on. The next thing on the agenda is a Brian Mayer concert. Brian Mayer would like to come play here on Sunday, the 14th, between 4 and 6. A free concert. He'd like to have it down here in the grassy area to play towards the water. People come up in their boats. And I'd like to ask the board, like to make a motion to approve this.
14th of what?
June,
14th of June,
Thank you.
Sunday,
Sunday.
Father's Day.
Any anticipated cost involved with it?
I think it's Father's Day.
Other than him doing it free, would we be providing any other things?
Electric.
Other than that, nothing? Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
Neil voted yes.
Okay. Next, just give you a little update on the flagpole for front here. We have gone out for quotes on that. We've only received one back in. Is extremely high.
Can you put a number on extremely high?
10,000.
Extremely high.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for another guy that does it here, a local guy. Been out for, I have 2 others that I've sent out also. But I expect to have that one back. The other guy that does just this, come back in this week. So just that's an update there. Yeah. I need to be in the flagpole business.
Yeah, really.
So, next thing is the security camera. Larry would like to move this to executive session because it has to do with security. Nobody has any objection to that.
Excuse me, we didn't hear that. Don, we didn't hear that last part.
Has to do with security and Larry would like to move this to executive session. So
Why would security qualify for executive session? It is not legal, it is not.
Because there'll be things discussed, it's just in the security realm, you just don't discuss everything with the general public. It's a security issue.
About what?
It's related to the security cameras,
Security of the security cameras.
security implications of the cameras. And I just asked to have it, I originally asked to have it in executive session, and it got new business, and so I'm asking to have it moved to executive session.
Not only the physical security, but the digital security of the campus.
There's no objections. Correct. We already discussed park and recreation. I had that on there twice, so. That's it.
Because you were really trying to get it passed.
Before we move to the open forum, I'd like to make a new business motion, if I could. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to hold one board meeting per quarter in the evening. The best time would be at the end of the quarter, so that the first one would be for the May meeting, but that's a sidebar. The motion is to hold one board meeting per quarter in the evening, and that the resolution scheduling board meetings be updated and the community notified.
Comment?
Need a second.
If you have it as,
Is there a second? Second down at the end.
No,
No?
I'm a lame duck. It doesn't affect me.
is Neil still there?
I'll second that. All in favor?
Neil voted yes.
Okay, we'll vote no. Okay, we have 3-2.
Pardon me, Lee, if you have it as the first meeting of every quarter, then your June business meeting, annual business meeting, will be at night, and that will qualify as your meeting.
I don't want to do that. I understand what you're saying. I want to have a business meeting separate from the June annual meeting, town hall thing. I think the community deserves that evening meeting. I understand. I just don't agree. All right. So, motion passed. All right. At this point, I'd like to open it up for questions on today's topics. Got any questions?
I got a question. It's not on anything you discussed here, but I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but I do hear some rumors around. And if anybody can clear this up, could anybody tell me what's going on with the lawsuit? And if I'm incorrect, let me know, with Adams Builders and our POA here. Does anybody have any information? Is that a fact? Is it not a fact?
There is a lawsuit filed by Adam. Right now, we are just answering the questions that they have asked for discovery purposes, and that is all further that has gone at this point. The lawyers are talking with each other.
So there's a lawsuit pending and the attorneys are talking.
Yes.
Okay. And when they come to a resolution, would you let the public know?
Yes.
Community know?
We will know.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm wondering, why does it take so long to change the board, the digital board that's out by the old community center? Went by the other day and they still had information on there that was 9 days old. And it always seems that.
Why don't you do it?
Always have old information on there instead of wiping it out and to me, that should be every Monday morning, you go in and you wipe out the old and put in the new.
Jennifer?
It is changed out pretty much every Monday morning, Roberta. Most times. We're not perfect, so.
I know, but it's just, that's important to let people, if you're gonna have a board, let people know what's accurate. Like I said, I go by and I look at it all the time, and the information on there was 9 days old.
And if information becomes irrelevant too often, people will just
Yeah.
ignore it all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. And those boards, I know they're not cheap. and wants to take advantage of it.
Is it, maybe we can look at a way to, right now, everybody has to go up to each individual board.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and maybe there's a way, we can do it over the,
Could be an app or something that you could.
yeah,
We-
from the office remotely.
We didn't buy that higher dollar one, unfortunately. We bought the kind you have to be right in front of it within 20 feet.
Yeah. It would be probably have to be a cellular connection, Larry was saying. That'd be an additional expense. At this point, we have to determine whether it would be worth it.
I think it's certainly something to look at and investigate, but
Again, it's communication.
probably the
It's
best thing to do
communication.
is try to work out a procedure for getting it updated in time.
Well, we spent years just trying to get a digital sign. So we finally got one. We got what we could afford.
Yeah.
Now we need to, in the next few years, look at upgrading that again. I mean, we started with a campsite with manual numbers going on.
Walt started with a chisel on a rock.
That's right.
Larry's gonna have the new,
The technology group, we're gonna look at it, investigate it, come up with a price, get it back.
any other questions?
Picnic tables across the street, they seem to be fewer. What's happening to those? Are they being removed or repaired or?
What street?
Looks like the picnic tables.
Oh.
over
Should be
here in
five.
Park Farm.
Uh,
There are fewer. What's going on?
Somebody's been moving them.
There's
They're on
four of
Facebook,
them
somebody's
missing.
making them disappear.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
There should be 5 there.
Yeah, well, there's 4 of them missing.
There's only one?
Oh, my.
They may have been
Yeah.
borrowed. I'll have to look into that.
And that's what I said.
Was not aware of that. On this one.
Is there anything that could be done with the running of the stop signs? That everybody just had to have that, the biggest culprits are the bicyclists. You know, I guess they think because they're on 2 wheels and not 4, they don't have to stop for the stop signs.
Yeah, I don't know how you enforce that, other than having someone stand up there,
Well, then maybe,
or
you
hiring a
know,
security person just to stand out there and monitor it.
well, if you can have them monitor and not monitor, you know, it's kind of like all or nothing.
Yeah.
But then somebody might need to reconsider putting up stop signs, because all it's gonna do is create confusion, because people that have right of way versus those that don't, but the ones that don't are taking
There are
right
rules
away.
for stop signs, and if there is an accident, and somebody didn't obey the stop sign, then it becomes their fault. They assume liability. So there is a reason to have stop signs there.
Oh, I understand that, because, you know, I was certified to do traffic control. But at the end of the day, when they got a broken neck, you know, now who's liable? So, and it becomes the, you know,
We
you
don't
have
put
to
stop
prove
signs.
that they ran the
We don't
stop
have
sign.
stop signs, we may be assuming the
And
liability.
then the cameras,
All right, any other questions? All right, at this point, I'd like to recess.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Neil, do you want to